Welcome to Say Less Projects. We believe in the power of shared stories to inspire action and possibility and to bring hope to people who need it most. Through storytelling and purposeful action, we promote mental health awareness and support efforts to prevent suicide. You'll hear from a wide range of guests, runners, creators, leaders, and everyday people, sharing what they have lived, what they have learned, and what helped them keep going. The truth is, none of this is meant to be carried alone. If you feel stuck, overwhelmed, or tired, you are not alone. This is the art of doing something about it. Welcome to the art of doing something about it. Right now we're interviewing people who are doing the Speed Project with Say Less Projects. And today I'm excited to have my friend Kara Farroni here in the studio. Kara, welcome to
Hi, thank you.
the art of doing something about it. So first and foremost, why did you say less when I asked you to do this crazy venture?
Well, I've always been following like all of your different events for the last 3-4 years that
Yeah.
I've known you, and it's always been very inspiring. Like they're out there running and raising awareness for just mental health and like trying to live your best life. But um, I was just excited to be able to like join a community of people who all have a similar goal and similar passions. And I was thinking like one of my biggest skills is running. So I was like, if I could use that to inspire other people or just to generally raise awareness about this mental health that I'm passionate about, and getting people access to resources or education, or just like seeing that they're not alone, that everybody has struggles and everybody has like different mental health ups and downs, that I could combine the running and that cause together. I was like, yes, I'm in for sure.
Yeah, I love that. That's a great way to explain the whole like art of running and mental health. When it comes to running, like who would you say you are outside of running?
Well, I'm a teacher, so I'm very passionate about that. That takes up a lot
Thank
of my
you for your
life.
service.
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all do it.
I love it. Like it's tough, but I do love it. I'm a teacher. I like to cook. I'm a girlfriend, sister, daughter. I've got a lot of friends across the country that I love to go visit.
Yeah,
Yeah, so a lot of things outside of running.
awesome. What started your running journey?
I'm in a very long-term relationship with running, probably like 20 years at this point, if not more.
Wow.
I started playing soccer when I was a kid, and then that involves a lot of running. And then I started doing track because I was already in shape from soccer.
Yeah.
And then since middle school on, it's just been constant running. And like
Yeah.
sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it, but it's always there.
How has running played any role with you personally, like with your mental health? Like it's been, if you've been running for 20 years, then running has been there with you through a lot of
Yeah,
changes.
a lot for
How
sure.
how has running helped you? What has running meant to you in relation to mental health?
Um, yeah, it's definitely been one of my constants. Like it's the one thing that I can say with almost certainty always makes me feel better.
Mm,
Like no matter what the situation is, I can increase my mood or just like general vibe by, even if it's just a small amount, by going out for a run. Um, so it's got me through, like college was pretty tough sometimes with a lot of stress from like work, and just like I had a lot of social anxiety then. So running was always like an escape kind of to get my mind back on track. And then through COVID, again, another like very tough time when I really started to pick up running again. Um, and yeah, it's just always there.
yeah.
You never like don't have the chance to run as long as you're not injured.
It's so the COVID thing is wild. Like
A
the
lot of
fact that
people, yeah.
we went through that is still it's crazy.
I feel like it's part of the reasons why run clubs have like taken off in the
Absolutely.
last 5 years or so.
Yeah. I mean, during that time for me, if like I found running, I had ran before, but finding running during that time was like to your
Yeah.
point. I always felt better. Like, and
Mm-hmm.
I may not have always wanted to run, but
Right.
afterwards I'm like, oh, okay. Like, I think I'm gonna be all right. This is
Yeah.
gonna be okay. What does say less mean to you personally? Because you have gotten to see me start it, and you've kind of seen it from up close and afar. But for you personally, like, what does that mean in your own life and in your own way?
Um, kind of like the the motto, or just like the art of doing something about it. It speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are the words, and then like let's go do something about it. Like just it's important to talk about things and to make sure your voice is heard and to discuss issues, but then at a certain point, like you actually need to act upon what you're talking about. And um so say less is like, yeah, like let's brainstorm, or like let's talk through things, and then we got to stop and like, okay, now what are we going to actually do about it? And I've seen you like been vocal from the beginning about your journey and what's important to you and what you really believe in. And then to start this group and have all these events, all these like crazy events sometimes. Be like, what is he doing? But it like gets people to listen. It gets people to like be curious. And sometimes they have to go to the extreme to like get people's attention. But it's really cool. So to me, like saying less is the starting point, and then what you do after that is this important part.
Yeah, I love that. That's so cool. Like, we've been friends and we've been part of the same community for so long, but it's cool to hear your like take on it and how you feel about it from the outside. So we're getting ready to run Speed Project, which is going to be 100 more miles than the thing that we've done recently with Dallas to
Yeah.
Austin. It's going to be pretty crazy. I'm excited about it. For you, like, how would you describe TSP, the Speed Project? Like, what's one word you would use to describe it?
Um, the Speed Project is astonishing
Mm,
because I never knew it was possible to run that far with like in the desert. And then it's also just like seeing all these people come together and make a plan and reach out to their communities and share their stories, and then like hopefully have a great experience when we're out there. I think it'll be at the end, I'll be like astonished.
yeah, that's a great way to explain it. Who are you? Who or why are you running the Speed Project? Like, beyond obviously doing it with me and the team and say less, but like for you personally, what does it mean for you?
So the first thing that comes to mind is my good friend Emily, who I was roommates with and best friends with when I was right out of college, which was a tough time, like that transition to the adult world. So for her, it actually would have been her birthday this week, so it's
Mm,
very special right now. And then also just I've mentioned this before, but just raising awareness, because personally for me, I've dealt with a lot of like anxiety, like social anxiety, and um, feeling like I wanted to isolate myself, but then seeing other organizations like Before Say Less talk about mental health and provide resources and education, or like reading books about it, just like seeing that those things existed really offered me a path forward. Because like social anxiety, it leads you to isolate yourself, which can lead to loneliness, which can then spiral into like depression. And like once you
mm,
get down that path, like it gets harder and harder to get off. So I'm just glad that I was made aware of resources and help that I could access before I got too far down that path. So this is kind of my way to try and be that, or contribute to that for somebody else.
absolutely. For someone who might be listening to this, and I feel like I personally know quite a bit of people who have battled with that and dealt with that. Any advice? Like, what are some things that maybe helped you during those seasons of your life?
Um, well, besides running,
Yeah.
uh, I've personally, I've been to therapy multiple times. Luckily, I've had access to that through like my work, but um, definitely therapy, and then books by therapists, because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to have time for therapy or the funds for it. So reading the books by those folks or listening to podcasts,
Yeah,
those are
absolutely.
all definitely helpful.
Awesome. Well, man, I didn't know that you had dealt with that. So proud of you for, I mean, you became a part of a running community that's very large, and you were
Yeah.
now like the context of like you joined our running community when we were a lot smaller. And so when it grew massively, I know, that's not for everybody, especially someone like yourself who might have some anxiety with that. So that's pretty amazing that you've been able to stay connected at any level. That's pretty cool. For with Speed Project, what are you like most nervous about?
I'm afraid of the dark. So
Really?
we'll see how that goes. Yeah. Running at night. I know we'll have lights. And I've been camping like in darkness, but I can get a little spooky sometimes. So I'm glad I
Yeah.
won't be alone for any of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Cause yeah, it's gonna be dark. It's
Yeah.
gonna be pitch black out there. What on the opposite end, like what are you most excited about?
I'm so excited to just be out there with everybody, and I know it's gonna be a really like great community experience. Like we'll see each other through everything over those couple of days. Um, so I just hope it can be like a very authentic community experience.
Yeah, absolutely. I've talked about this with the others, but when you go out and do something like this, there's in the WhatsApp, we're excited, and
Yeah.
it's easy to be excited right now because we're not in the middle of the desert in the dark. So when you're in that moment and it gets tough, what do you plan to anchor to? Like, what do you feel like you're going to use to kind of help you push through those difficult moments?
Um, a few things. I think knowing that the team is behind me will be helpful. Like I won't want to let the team down, or like they'll be there if I need a break. Also, when I'm training, the main thing I always tell myself, I kind of guilt myself. I'm like, you could stop anytime. Like no one
Mm,
is forcing you to run. This is an active choice. So you can stop anytime, but then you just have to deal with the consequences of having stopped, which is either like a little bit of guilt or like feeling like I let people down or I didn't get my workout done, whatever, like how big or small it is. Like you could stop, but you probably don't want to.
yeah, absolutely. I love that the fact that like we have the team because it's just like the picture of community, and
Yeah.
like it's such a word that is thrown around, but to truly know that we are with others. Like if it's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm like down bad, someone's gonna step up. Like
Right, right,
someone's gonna
right.
be willing to give that relief, and that is a picture of life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's important. What you just said is so important. Like especially even in like the running community, because you've been running for so long, so you've seen the different versions, and like there's this version now where it's like very mainstream, very like go hard, do it again, keep going, all that, and I'm all about that. But I think what you just said is so important that like if you need to stop, you can. Like it's okay to stop, and
Yeah.
like even for me, like as much as I'm about keep going, like to keep going, you have to stop.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
you have to rest,
Yeah.
and I think it's so important that we talk about that. Where would you say your relationship is with running now, 20 some odd years later? You've been doing it this whole time, and now here you are, and running is, I would say, popular now. It's mainstream. But for you, what's your relationship today here in 2026 with running?
It's healthy. I'm grateful to say. I'm not very competitive about it anymore. I was for 15 years of running track, um, which was great, but I don't think it was for me for like the long haul. I think now my relationship with running is health focused, obviously, and then number two is building community, like meeting people, running with people. That's what's kept me going a lot.
Awesome. Any last words for anyone? Just maybe cheering for you, supporting you, has donated towards your efforts? Just anything you'd like to say about Speed Project, mental health, anything?
Um, Nothing crazy. Just thanks for putting this all together, and thank you to everyone who's donated or sent their well wishes. Definitely appreciate everything.
Yeah. Well, I just want to acknowledge you for being a part of, the running community that I'm a part of. Thank you
Yeah.
for helping us grow it and build it, because there's so many people that, like you said, that have dealt with things and they found community with us
Yeah.
by us all being together. And thank you for being a teacher in this current climate, and for really, like, being a teacher is being so much of a community
Yeah.
and helping so many people. And so I don't think y'all get told enough. So thank you for doing that. And thank you for being brave enough to say less and keep going and step out for yourself. So excited to run with you. And if you want to see Kara finish and get to the sign in Vegas, make sure you stay tuned, stay connected, follow us on Say Less Projects on Instagram and on YouTube. And we'll see you soon. Keep going.